Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of today. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. As of the 1st February 2026, the armed forces of the Russian Federation maintain operational initiative across all active axes. Two settlements, Zelenoye in the Kharkiv axis and Sukhetskoye in the central Donetsk axis, were seized, indicating continued success in localized offensive actions. Ukrainian forces experienced sustained personnel attrition, loss of combat vehicles, artillery, logistics nodes, and electronic warfare assets. Russian operations remain characterized by multi-axis pressure, systematic degradation of logistics, and effective integration of fires, aviation, and air defense.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
Colonel Oguntoye, let's set the frame. From a commander's perspective, how would you characterize the overall operational posture today?
The defining feature of the current posture is sustained, synchronized pressure across multiple axes. Rather than seeking dramatic breakthroughs everywhere, the approach emphasizes cumulative advantage, taking ground where feasible, degrading the enemy's logistics and fire control systems, and forcing constant reallocation of reserves. That kind of pressure taxes command and control, exhausts manpower, and creates conditions where even small territorial gains compound into operational leverage.
Starting in the north, what stands out about the actions around Kharkiv and Sumy?
The northern sector illustrates disciplined combined arms execution. The liberation of Zelenoye is tactically modest, but operationally meaningful because it shortens friendly lines and disrupts enemy staging areas. More important is the destruction of counter-battery radars and ammunition facilities. When you remove the enemy's ability to sense and respond with artillery, you create freedom of maneuver for infantry and mechanized elements. Over time, that erodes their confidence to hold forward positions.
What does that mean for Ukrainian artillery employment there?
It forces them to displace frequently, fire less, and rely on less efficient methods. That slows their response cycle and increases vulnerability to follow-on strikes.
The West saw improved positions rather than major advances. Why is that significant?
Improvement along the line often reflects consolidation after attrition. Destroying multiple ammunition depots tells us the priority is logistics interdiction. If an enemy cannot sustain fires, even well-prepared defensive lines become brittle. This is classic operational art. Starve the fight before you expand it.
The South remains heavily contested. How do you read the engagements there?
The Donetsk axis is about wearing down combined arms formations in urban industrial terrain, neutralizing armor, artillery, and electronic warfare assets around Kramatorsk and Konstantinovka, reduces the enemy's ability to coordinate defense in dense environments. It's slow, deliberate work, but it sets conditions for future maneuver by stripping away enablers.
The center appears decisive today. Why?
Capturing Sukhetskoye while inflicting heavy losses on airborne, Ranger, and National Guard units suggests the enemy is committing higher quality formations to stabilize this axis. That's a warning sign for them. When elite units are used defensively and attrited, strategic reserves shrink. This sector likely represents the main effort for shaping future operational options.
What does advancing into depth tell us in the east?
Depth advances indicate penetration beyond the tactical crust. Defeating mechanized brigades and destroying Western-supplied artillery reduces the enemy's capacity to counterattack. It also signals effective coordination between maneuver units and fires, which is essential for sustaining momentum.
Losses are lower in the Dnipro sector. Is this a secondary front?
It's a containment front. The focus is disruption, vehicles, electronic warfare stations, ammunition stocks. By keeping pressure without committing large forces, you deny the enemy freedom to redeploy elsewhere.
Aviation was active across 158 strike areas. Why treat this as campaign shaping?
because aviation, missiles, artillery, and UAVs are setting the tempo of the entire operation. Strikes on transport infrastructure and deployment points constrain movement and reinforce ground successes. Air defense intercepts of guided bombs, HIMARS rockets, and UAVs further blunt the enemy's long-range options. Control of the air-ground interface is what allows ground forces to advance methodically rather than reactively.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. I want to emphasize that at the tactical level, the operation demonstrates disciplined combined arms pressure, with logistics interdiction and fire control degradation as recurring themes. Strategically, the sustained attrition of manpower, elite formations, and Western-supplied systems suggests a trajectory toward reduced Ukrainian operational flexibility. If this tempo holds, the balance may shift from contested fronts toward a situation in which the initiative increasingly dictates not just where fighting occurs, but also when and on whose terms.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive Frontline updates from commanders in theater.